All right, so we've been using this little Chinese piece of junk here for a while to do all of our recordings, something called an HD video capture that has pass-through HDMI components and a USB port to plug to, but it's always kind of hit or miss. So we're going to get rid of that today. We're going to upgrade ourselves to something real. And welcome back to Jenny Fedora Reviews, where this week we are going to be unboxing the Elgato Game Capture HD. So this is not the HD60, it's not the PCI Express one, this is the standard Elgato HD. And the reason we've chosen this unit is because of its ability to work with legacy consoles. So it can work with the PlayStation 2, it can work with the PS3, and it can work all the way back to the Super Nintendo because it actually has component breakouts. So let's go ahead and get into actually unboxing this unit. Take care of the wonderful cellophane. And it looks like it's just going to slide on out. So we got a fancy box. Ooh, fancy box. Maybe we can use it to actually carry the thing in. So it looks like we're going to end up starting with the Elgato HD unit itself. There's the unit itself. Not very big, but it does have HDMI in, and it has HDMI out along with USB 2.0 out. And as you notice, we have this other little port here. This is our AV in port, and this is what we're going to end up using to capture with PlayStation 3 or older consoles. So let's go through the rest of the box here and see what else we got to go with this. So we have a standard USB cable here. Go from the mini USB to USB, so this thing can be hooked to the computer for its power and for recording the software. We have our component cable here. This way we can do the older legacy consoles or a Nintendo Wii or anything like that. They give us a nice little 3-foot HDMI cable to also use with the unit. So you're still going to have another HDMI cable on the other end, but they probably figure you have that. And here is the interesting one. And I'm actually going to cut this one open. So this cable here is what allows capture from a PlayStation 3. Notice it goes into the AV port, and then it has the proprietary connector to plug into the PlayStation 3. And the reason why you need this is because the PlayStation 3 is one of the few units that has encryption on its port. So the Elgato Game Capture HD is one of the few units that will be able to use this. Other than that, there's a little rinky-dinky manual that is in a dozen languages, so away it goes. Alright, so this unit here is pretty good for doing capture. You can also do live streaming with it. So you end up plugging whichever console you want, whether it's one of the newer ones like a PlayStation 4 or Xbox One or Xbox 360 into the HDMI. Unless you're running an older console or a PS3, then you're going to plug it into this AV port. And then on the other side, you're going to do HDMI out to your TV, and this is going to go to your computer for the game capture itself. Now the units will do seamless pass-through at 60 frames per second. It only records at 30 frames per second, but that's good enough for the new generation of consoles for capturing, especially if you're live streaming, and with the older units too. As far as this unit has some other neat features, such as the ability to do a rewind. So you can just have the unit there. If you have your computer fired up and you're just playing a game and something awesome happens, you can then capture it because it will pre-buffer 10 minutes and then you can go back and resave it. Or you can record the entire time. You can actually put a mic into it and it will do auto ducking while you're recording, so that the way the gameplay goes down and your voice stays up. This unit is also pretty good if you're starting out too, because the fact is it has lower system requirements than a lot of the newer game capture units. It can run on Windows 7 or newer, Mac OS 10.7. You only need a Core 2 Duo processor and 4 gigabytes of memory. And you can do live streaming with this. They say to Twitch and YouTube, and they advise or recommend you have about 8 gigabytes of memory. Probably an i7 2nd gen, so an i7 2000 or newer. So you're looking at about a 5-year-old computer is most likely going to be able to live stream with this unit for your consoles. So we're going to start using this unit here to do our game capture for consoles for Let's Plays, and we're going to probably test it for some live streaming. They say you can get up and running within about 5 minutes with this. It's supposed to be relatively easy, but we're going to come back and review it later on in that capacity. All right, so this has been another Jenny Fedora Reviews. This week we've looked at the Elgato Game Capture HD. If you like what we're doing, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe. If there's anything that we missed or you have anything you'd like to ask us about, you can leave a comment down below, and we will see you all next time. It says there's a hammer. Okay? I said challenge accepted. You put a hammer on there showing it's shockproof. Hammer's pretty shocking.